All right, all right. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind schedule. I quickly went to do some stuff. I can see Jerry in the chat. Jerry, good to have you here. So we are simply going to look at there's a trade that I just joined on Euro USD. No, on gold. All right, and I'm going to show you the direction the market is heading to and where you should be looking for trades. Yeah, morning, no volume, sir. Can't hear you. Yeah, it's because I wasn't speaking. I wasn't speaking, Mox. But if you can hear me now, kindly let me know. Okay, let me know. If you can hear me, put in the chat that you can hear me. When I started the stream, I wasn't saying anything. I was trying to tidy up some stuff. Yeah, I can see you all the way from South Africa. Hi, South Africa. So, Mox, I'm waiting for you. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm new here. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Dizo FX. Dizo FX. Good morning. You are new. You're welcome. You're welcome. I hope you are going to enjoy this live stream and you are going to learn from my channel. Dev OO says, "Hi, Raba. Thanks." Dev, long time. How are you? Mark says, "I can hear you now." Good. This OFX, I can hear you loud and clear. All right, everything is set. So let's go to the chart, as you can see here. So I'm going to analyze the monthly, the Euro. I keep saying Euro USD. Oh my God. Gold. XAU USD. All right. So this week gold has been crazy. We have been getting a lot of entries within the group, the VIP group. And I've been showing them how I catch my entries. I did a video yesterday to explain the trade breakdown as well. If you have not seen that video, just check my last uploaded video. So, as you can see, I keep saying that the gold is bullish. Even though you are seeing wicks or price trade lower a little bit, it does not matter. What matters is when the candle closes and how does it close. Because the month we have 30 days, practically 20 trading days or thereabout. You will not expect much movement in terms of monthly, in terms of direction for the monthly. So, for example, last month May closed with a doji. Some people were telling me the monthly is now bearish because there's indecision and the rest. I said, no, not yet. Because I have a set of rules that I use to determine when the market change direction in the time frames. And the time frame I look at them are the monthly. I look at my direction from the monthly. I look at it from the weekly. And I look at it from the daily. These are the higher time frame that I use to gauge my direction, intraday swing, and even scalping. All right. Then the lower time frames are simply the opening prices where I intend to take my trades. Okay. And I look at H4 and H1 mostly. I can go to the lower time frame to simply refine those levels to maybe M30 or M15. That's all. But most of the decision of entry comes from the H1 time frame. So do not be distracted, and also do not try to catch the eyes. I remember back then when I started trading, when price is here, I will be looking for a sell that the market will go down. Okay, and can you imagine if you have been looking for sales from here just because that got it to all-time high and you want to sell? What happened? Boom, boom. So don't do that. Maintain the direction until it changes. Give yourself a set of rules. That's what I do. I want to see the monthly do something and then confirm it somewhere before I can say, okay, the monthly is then bearish. If you want to know the way I trade, you can just join the mini course. It's free. And if you want to jump that area, you can come straight to me for a mentorship. And I will do that within weeks you understand the market and you will train yourself on how to catch all of this massive move. So the monthly is bullish. Weekly, in my last video, I said that the monthly and the weekly was bullish, and I got a reply from my video that it is bearish, and he or she is looking for a bearish trade, and they are correct. Because the monthly is bullish or the weekly is bullish doesn't mean we won't have a push down. Remember, the market, as I say, the market moves in a series of higher high, higher lows for a bullish market, and it moves in a series of lower lows, lower highs in a bearish market. Now, let me explain this to you. You see, from this movement to this movement, if the market is bullish and it's moving from there to that top there, one straight push upward like this is the weekly. This could be one weekly candle. From here to here is one weekly candle. All right. Why this movement up, down, up can be daily or even the 4 hour. Okay. So because the weekly, which is from this level to this level, maybe we say that the weekly is bullish from here, and in a particular day price decides to go lower. That does not change the overall direction of the weekly, does it? If it does, let me know in the chat, and if you agree with me, let me know in the chat that you quite agree with me that even though the weekly is bullish, because a particular day shows bearish signs, does not change the direction of the bullish. Put it in the comment section, let me see in the chat that you understand what I'm saying. So going to the chat here, I can see Teklemeriam Setu says good morning. Iman from Nigeria. Oh, Nigeria, how are you? Dev says hi, Raba, thanks. I think I can hear you now. Okay. So as you can see, because the daily gives us, or even the weekly in this case, we have bearish candle on the weekly, does not invalidate the direction of the monthly that is bullish. All right. Eventually it will pick up. So what you need to do is, when you see this pullback, position yourself around somewhere here to catch this next move, because the next move is inevitable until everything changes. Same thing here. We can have a pullback. That does not change anything. That means all this level here are simply the daily level. This could be daily level where you can use it to catch your pullback. Maybe I'll do a separate video on that to show you how to get pullback, but they are more risky. They are more risky to catch. All right. You have to wait for what they call confirmation in order to catch all this pullback on the daily. All right. So in this case, from what I can see, the weekly is still bullish. All right. The weekly is still bullish. From my set of rules, the weekly is still bullish. And then we are simply playing around this reverse opening price resistance. All right. Let me change it to a tick line. Reverse opening price resistance. All right. If you can close above it, then we should be targeting this, this, and this. We should be going higher. All right. That is how I look at my chart. I don't look at market structure. Okay. Not that doesn't work. For me, I'd like something more cleaner and easy to read. Okay. So weekly is bullish. Daily is also bullish, because why is it bullish? We rejected from here. Okay. Once we rejected by yesterday, we caught a lot of buy trades here. All right, which I shared some of them on my what is it called? X account. I shared some of them on X. Okay, so and why is price relaxing here, slowing down, opening price, reversal opening price. All right. Now, if I want to take a short here, it depends on how this candle closes. All right. If it closes above, then we push her. If we reject, then we might get another day of bearish trade coming in. Okay. So the question now is, once you understand the overall direction, how do you enter the trade? Like when price came to this level to retest, I took a trade there early in the morning. Not in the morning when London session opened. I took a trade. Though I'm out, why am I out of that trade? I was targeting this level. Okay, I was targeting this continuation opening price. All right. And I don't mind getting out of the trade because I know that the market will still give me a setup. All right. Market will still give me a setup. So for now, we should expect price to push higher. Any form of pullback, we can take the trade. I'm not looking to sell around there because the market is bullish. I'd rather position myself for a buy trade. Okay. If we go to the 30 minutes, like yesterday, let me see. Yesterday, we got a trade here from here. Reversal opening price. This was where I took an entry. Price push up. I also took an entry somewhere here, if I can recall very well. Yeah. From the video I shared with you, I took an entry here once it broke. As you can see, multiple break. It broke here, came back, broke here, and again I was moving in the direction of the higher time frame flow. All right, I wasn't selling. The only time I sold was when before the market touched the daily what's it called, support. Before the market touched the daily support, that was when I decided to sell. But after that, I turned bullish. All right, Mark was responding. He said, nope, it doesn't. Yeah, that's correct. So what I need to do here is to simply wait. All right, all I need to do is wait for market to give me more opportunities. So in the lower time frame, I can look at this level here for a possible scalping. Okay, but I always prefer my 1 hour level. So let's see how price reacts from here. If it eventually comes here, if it rejects from there, you can just buy that market. All right, remember, we are bullish. Okay, we are bullish, and in the next few minutes, this 4 hour candle will close. So that is that on gold. If you have any question on gold, kindly let me know. The market is just giving us a huge push to the upside. So if you have any question, let me know. So let's take a look at Euro USD. I've not been trading Euro USD this week, and I've missed so much from there. Okay, but if you follow my analysis, I believe you should be able to get 1 or 2 trades correctly. Okay, so this is the monthly. I told you that the market was heading back to this level. If possible, take this high. Okay, the monthly is bullish. It's still bullish. All right, and again, we also see that it's a strong bullish move because of recent it rejected from reverse opening price, broken, turned to support, price came in and pushed higher, and then closed higher. Very important, closed bullish. So we are still very much bullish on Euro USD. So we're almost close to our target, which is that level. It is already there, and you can also sweep the eye here. So the weekly time frame, as I explained also, is bullish. Okay. Price, do we have any fresh? So this is the fresh opening price where price can decide to trade to. Okay, we only have some few pips, yeah, but now the basic knowledge of forex trading is once price, this area here are targets. It does not make sense for you to start looking for buy because Raba says, oh, Euro USD is bullish, let me start buying. You are buying at a resistance. The risk is higher, the probability is lower for it to be successful is lower. Allow it to break first, give you a form of pullback, then build momentum here to break. All right. Or if possible, if this momentum can break it at the end of this week, good. But do not start looking for buy setup close to a weekly resistance. All right. That won't be a nice thing to do. So those are basic knowledge in forex. Okay. If you want to buy, wait for a pullback. Wait for a pullback and then buy. You can wait for a pullback here. Now if you close above this level here, let me change this to the daily level. If you close above this level now, a retouch of that is a good area to buy for an intraday. Target there, and then if possible, you target up. So when this market closes today like this, then any form of, if the new candle opens and trade lower, you can buy because it can push up again. Okay, that is how I look at the market. That is how I view. Like in this case here, we have this level. What happened when it broke? It came back there, traded a little bit, and then push. Market broke this level. What happened? It came back below, traded a little bit, push. And if you notice, it created new reverse opening price to act as a support to push it. Okay, so number one, as I used to say, patience is very important when it comes to trading. All right, don't be anxious and then buy at this level. It's not advisable. So what are you to do then? As I said, wait for this to close. And I won't be looking for sell. Okay, the momentum is too strong. I won't be looking for sell. So I'll simply wait for a pullback. You can pull back to this 4-hour reverse opening price. These are where you can start buying from. Yeah. Okay. You can start buying from here. And then remember, if it comes in here today, you are taking an intraday, not swing. Okay, you are taking it intraday. We give you some few pips, 50 pips, 60 pips. You are at liberty to close your trade. Why? It's close to resistance. Okay, it's close to resistance. Also, if you prefer me to talk on any currency pair, all right, maybe any currency pair at all, for me to analyze, I will kindly do that. I'm thinking of starting this stream by 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. or 8:30, so that I can, within those times, there are always entry opportunities so that you can catch it alongside with me. So I think I will adjust my schedule. I will adjust my schedule and then see if that is possible. All right, let's take a look at NAS. Now, with NAS, I think I can see some trading opportunities here just by looking at that time frame that was on before. So we want to see the month close above this. It rejected. We want to see it close above. If it does not close above, we might have a push back a little. That doesn't mean the monthly has changed direction according to my rules. All right. So the monthly is still bullish. Okay. Starting from all this level here, you can see all the way down from here. One super candle. This month was super good, and we are extending. We're extending the next leg. So nothing much to say here. I'm monitoring this for a close above so that I can use that monthly resistance as a support to continue pushing higher. Weekly. Now you can see on the weekly chart, we are trading towards this. And this is an important level that can give us a bearish push. All right. If price come in here, I may consider looking for bearish setups, especially once I get a rejection. But price hasn't gotten there. Instead, this is where price is, this Quasimodo. We close above it. See what happened there now. See what happened on the Quasimodo. Price closed above. What happened? Price came in, traded lower before pushing high. So those are the areas. Once you see a closure above, let it serve as a support. In this case, probably your drawdown will be much, but eventually price pushed higher. All right. So this market, the daily time frame will determine what I do next. Okay. So looking at the daily, I can see that we have a rejection here. We have a sniper rejection there. All right. So it's safe for you to look for bearish trades. So where can you start looking for bearish trade? Yeah. I'll prefer it to come to the Quasimodo. Once price trades here, with my confirmation, I can sell. All right. I will sell from there. The moment price trade back into the break here, I'll start looking for my entry setups, which there are quite some few of them. So this market is bearish on the daily. And then where is our target? We can see target here because that level is not yet broken. It's still serving as a strong area of support. So that will be my target. If I can get an entry here, I'm going to target this. From there, target this. From there, target this. So this is the setup. Remove your notepad, jot it down. You have a setup on NAS 100. Yeah. Once price come in here, that's where we start looking to take a trade. So this is a setup. Don't say I didn't tell you. All right. So for the daily here, I'm bearish. I'm bearish on the daily here. We rejected from this level, okay, which is a strong level. And then price traded low, trying to come up. If it comes to this point, I will sell. I'm going to sell. So that is that on NAS 100. Let's see pounds USD. You can see pounds USD. Always start from the monthly. All right. Always start your analysis from the monthly. Not that the monthly will give you a lot of things, but it's letting you to know that the market is extremely bullish. Like this. You can see extreme bullish. From here, extreme bullish. Now let's quickly study the opening price here. Take note. It broke above this. What happened? It came back, touched it. All right. It broke above this. It came back, almost touched. Okay. Then in this case, the weekly should do the job. All right. It broke above this. When it comes back down here, we should expect to buy. Simple as that until things change. Okay, so I think this is where price is heading to. We have this level here. So let's look at what's it called, the weekly time frame. You can see the weekly rejected here last week, traded down back to support to push price. So daily, let's take a look at the daily. Daily reacted from here. This is a nice push upward. Do I have a setup? Do I have a setup? Well, there's some A plus setup I see here, but I'm not going to reveal it here. It's not for the public. It's for my personal. So it's not everything you share on the public, actually. I'm sorry about that. So what I would do here is, this is 3 hours left. We still have much time. As you can see, this was our best entry here, which we missed obviously, just like the Euro USD. So we have to wait for maybe if this candle should close bullish, you can use this area as your entry for intraday and scalping. When it push up some few pips, 50 pips minimum, you're out of the trade. So the reason why this is becoming unattractive area to buy, look at where price is. All right, it's not nice. It's at resistance. It's trading above the resistance. So patience is needed right here. NAS 100. I mean, US 30. We did NAS 100 to be bearish. We have a bearish setup on NAS 100. So let's take a look at US 30. So US 30, we are trading around the monthly resistance here. Okay. Let me see this. First, second. Okay. In my opinion, the market might be ready to give us a nice push down. But the monthly is still bullish. Okay. The monthly is still bullish, as you can see, it's still bullish. So the weekly traded to, where do you think price is respecting? Where? On the chart. Where do you think this week is respecting? Let me give you some time, pull in the chart. La la la. Okay. Nothing is in the chat. This is where it's respecting. That's where the weekly, when the weekly pushed up from here, came here, this might be the potential end of the weekly move for now. Okay. It rejected here. The opening price are very key. If you can just study price around those area, you can come up with your own form of rules, because if you backtest and then see repeatable patterns, just take note of them, and then when you see them happens in the future going forward, trust the pattern. Just trust it. Daily also rejected from here. Um, wow, I love this. I love what I'm seeing. For me, I'll wait for this day to close, and then I will know what to do. Since I'm not, one about me, I like taking my entries around premium if I'm selling, and then discount if I'm buying. All right. If I'm to take a trade from the daily, or from the weekly level, it will be a lower lot size because I'm trying to anticipate, because I'll use it alongside the Nasdaq. Since the Nasdaq has given me a bearish trade, I will simply use that as a level to anticipate a bearish trade on the US 30 because they are more correlated together. That's another way you look at trading. When you look at two indices, the same in the US economy, definitely if one is falling, the other one should fall as well. Just how some will fall more than the other. So where am I looking for a sell? For me, if price come back to this level, I'll be looking for a sell. But the best thing is the Quasimodo here. If you can wait for price to give us entry at the Quasimodo, I'll prefer that. However, if it trades in here, because there's what they call divergence. One of these two pair, NAS or US 30, will move to the Quasimodo. It's more like a divergence. The other one might respect NAS. US 30 might respect this one. Why NAS may go deep. Okay. Let's watch and see. But for me, as price coming, I'll be monitoring for a sell. All right. If we go to your 1 hour, that level, I'm not really happy for what I'm seeing in the 1 hour. But once it comes in here, you can try to sell around there, aim at the lows. All right. This is what I can see playing out. Okay. So if you want to learn more of this, I have a mini course. The link is in the description of this video. Join it. It's a series of daily emails from Monday to Friday. I'll be coming to your inbox with specialized teaching. All right. And then there will be a lot of assignments for you. You reply the emails with those answers to what I asked you to do. If you don't do it, there's no penalty, but it might be your downfall. Or it might make your progress slow. All right. It might slow down your progress. So whatever you do, if you are part of the mini course, try to do those assignments. Just like in class, you are being taught something new. The teacher or the lecturer, whoever, the professor, gives you something to exercise with. Try to do it. The more you do it, at first it might take you 1 hour, but before you know, it takes you lesser time to complete the same task. Why? Because you are used to it now. So the same thing applies with trading. The same thing applies with trading. Practice, backtest, mark out those levels that I asked you to mark out. And with just the mini course, you will see that things will change you start seeing the market from a different perspective. So that's why I call myself a different kind of trader. All right. So one more. Let's see the FTSE. Let's say the FTSE. Have you seen a pattern here? A close above, come back, retest, push higher. The moment price comes in here, look for bullish setup. Now, don't be afraid to take losses. Maybe there's some setups that you see maybe around there. It failed, no problem. It failed. That is 2. Maybe you took the last one there. It covers for all the losses you've made. And as it's pushing up, it's giving you area of re-entry. So you can stack as many push upward. But you may not get out here, but somewhere in the lower time frame, it will give you levels to get out. Like from the daily, you can get out from here. You can get out from this high here. Okay. So a lot of it. Now, we missed this entry. This is a good entry. We missed it. We missed this. This is a nice entry. Okay. And as you can see here, price almost came to the retest. Some broker actually catch this. Yeah. That if you check across broker, you see that this level push price higher. So the opening price are the area responsible for price to push higher. So let's see if we actually did you actually touch that level? If not, we wait for that level to be touched. We did not. Okay. So let's go to 4 hour. If you can see a setup. Okay. Price trading in here. You can take a buy here. You can take a buy trade here. Yeah. Take a buy trade here. This is your setup here. Once the trade high, make sure you go out of the trade. All right. The trend lines are a bit far. But if I'm to mark my trend line here. So if price comes to the trend line, I'm going to buy, especially here. I'll buy. All right. I'll be looking at that trade. So that's the trade setup I have for a buy trade there. And I'll be targeting. I'll know where to target. So, ladies and gentlemen, very nice. Brother Menes says, very nice. Thank you very much. I just need more interaction in the chat. It keeps me going. If you have requested for pairs, trading instrument, I will have gone through it and then let you know my take on that. All right. So, let's see. This was a trade setup, aiming down. So when price come in here, this is our trade idea. All right, I'm going to stop here. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, thumbs up, share the video. And also don't forget, take advantage of the mini course. It's free. It's free. I'm not charging you anything. It's free. Take advantage of that mini course, so that when I do my analysis, you understand faster what I mean. All right. On that note,